Is everything recording?
Yeah.
Alright, Shalom, Shalom. This brother Mashaba coming back at you with another lesson, joined by the brother.
That's relevant.
We're about to get into some edification. Before we get into the lesson, we want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushai, by Hashem, Kakudash. Second thing we want to do is give double honors to all the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. And salutations to all you brothers that are pushing the truth with sincerity and with charity. Alright, so what I want to get into now, well, shit, if you just been looking at the current events that's going on, alright, this world is really going to shit, especially the USA. The Babylon is getting, like, toe up right now, alright? You got US losing a war to Iran, alright, because, you know, they don't want to use their nuclear firepower, alright? And Iran is literally controlling this war. They still got the Strait of Hormuz blocked off. Still got, you know, the oil in their control. And Trump really ain't doing, he can't really do too much about it, but say, I'm going to drop more bombs. And they've been doing that for a while now. Alright? And now Iran has come out that, Iran is talking about assassinating Trump. Alright, because he killed their, their leader. Alright, so there's, you know, a lot of tension going on right now, man. A whole lot. Alright, and just a recent, you know, it was a wildfire, you know, in Canada, and it spread, you know, towards all the, you know, northern parts of the USA, from, I think, Illinois all the way down to New York. Alright, you know, the air is literally, you go outside, and in some states, the air is literally orange. Alright, you go outside, it looks like a filter. Alright, you know, and the air is so toxic to breathe in. They say it's like smoking 7 cigarettes, you know, within a short amount of time, man. That's crazy. Okay, this place is literally turning upside down. But this Matthew chapter 24 and verse 6. And you shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Alright, so we hearing wars and rumors of wars. We hearing all this stuff going on, man. Alright, I think Donald Trump said he about to make a speech to the nation. Alright, we don't know what he gonna say, but I know it's not gonna be nothing peaceful. Alright. And so verse 7, for nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences. Alright, right, and and pestilences. There's a new parasite, a stomach parasite, that's spreading around the U.S. Right now, man. It's like cycloparesis, some shit like that. Alright, and it's spreading through food. It's saying it can give you very bad diarrhea, and, you know, can cause death, man. Alright? These scriptures, if you look at what's going on right now, and you look at the scriptures, you can literally align the scriptures to what's going on right now, man. Babylon is getting tore up. Alright? Alright, and soon, alright, you know, it's not, you know, motherfuckers not gonna be distracted by this this World Cup, you know, and things are gonna go right back to, you know, ultra chaotic. Alright? This verse 8, all these are the beginning of sorrows. So yeah, man, the beginning of sorrows. This hold on, man. This Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 5. Yeah, also because he transgressed by wine, he's a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and he with unto him all people. And it's talking about Babylon right now, man. You know, transgressing by wine, tainting the entire world with his politics and philosophies and wickedness. Okay, all right. They say Babylon has they have well I could just get it. This is Jeremiah chapter 51 and verse 7. Babylon have been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that made all the earth drunken. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. So yeah. So these nations are starting to, really see what America is. All right. And this filthy a partnership they got with the country of Israel, which are a bunch of pretenders that took our name and translated it into some bullshit. All right, but hey, you mind finishing out the Habakkuk for me?
God.
I was on verse 6.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse 6. Shall not all these things take up a parable against them, and a taunting proverb against them, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not this, how long? And to him that lateth himself with thick clay.
Comment, and that thick clay is going into heavy debt. All right, and it's already a known fact that America is in heavy debt, and it increases by the second. All right, and now Trump, he's cutting off trading with some nations that are in NATO. I like recently he cut off trading with Spain. All right, and pretty soon the economy is gonna continue to crash and plummet until it reaches a irreversible point. All right, and Trump, this man, he not very wise, man. All right, he's really just a proud man that just gives a whole lot of promises. All right, to these foolish American people. All right, and delivers on none of them. This man can't even win a war against Iran. All right. You got a precept?
Yeah, this is Jeremiah chapter 49 and verse 10. But I have made Esau bare, I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbor, and he is not. Right, man? So the whole world is finding out, Esau's BS, man.
Find out he ain't shit for real.
Right. And the Lord's, showing these people that his seed is also spoiled too, man. These people are starting to hate Esau as a whole, man. It's been a lot of stuff going around to where it's just like race wars everywhere, man.
Oh man, and there's scriptures that go into how if it's not a good ruler, alright, the people gonna be fucked up. Let me try to get that. Hold on. Precept. Hold on. This is Proverbs chapter 29 and verse 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. Alright, and all of America is, in a mourning state right now. And as I said, people are, distracted by this World Cup that's, about to end very soon. And after that, people gonna snack, right back to reality, man. All right, and not just America, the entire world, cause shit, the entire world watches soccer a whole lot more than America does. So I promise, once this World Cup is over and these distractions are died down, I you know these people are gonna wars are gonna ramp up. I promise you. I think Iran is about to do something big, man. All right, or Trump, either side, whatever side, hastens prophecy. I think you know something big is about to happen, man. All right, but this is I'm gonna read this last one. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. Hold on, let me get the let me get it in the chapter. Verse 4, and the doors shall be shut in the streets, and the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. So yeah, all right. So when not only but also the economy crashes, all right, employment is gonna rise, man. People gonna stop going to work. They gonna stop caring to go to work. All right, it's gonna be it's gonna, as I said, the economy is gonna get to a irreversible point. All right, America is about to enter, another Great Depression, right, which is gonna lead to a great judgment. All right, we literally see this place crumbling around us. Everything is hitting this place, man. War, pestilence, pollution. All right, man. So, was did you have any last precept? So yeah, man. Stay prayed up. Keep your eye on the news. Continue to study these prophecies. All right, but this Babylon is crumbling, man. All right, Esau have but a short time. All right, so with that, we hope this lesson was edifying, but we want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh by Hashem, Yahushai by Hashem Kakodash. Second thing we want to do is give the honors to all the elders and apostles of the millstone, and the citation to all of you brothers that are pushing this truth, both sincerity and with charity. Shalom, wa kwam yasharallah, wa ababa ball. Shalom, Malcolm, stay faithful.